it's like I assume you already know your blind spot, and if I bring it up, then you just gonna feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't want to beat you up. It's like that kind of idea, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of being like, I might be completely ignorant to the fact that I don't know, I walk around Walmart farting or something.
Yeah.
You know, maybe, I don't know.
Like, David, you should probably lose a little weight. No way! I had no idea.
My mom says I'm perfect.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Revolve Recap Weekly Podcast, hosted by David McCumber and Bill Lackey. Our goal is to help the members of Revolve Church deepen their connection to God, His family, the church, and His mission, while keeping you in the loop with everything happening in our community. Let's listen in to today's episode.
Welcome to the Revolve Recap Podcast. I am David, your host. This is my co-host,
Bill Lackey.
Bill Lackey. You know what, Bill? We had a lot of new listeners last week.
How many? Like 10% more?
I don't know. I have to look at the analytics, but more people have said I was listening to the podcast.
So my question is, do they listen to the podcast or do they just watch the announcements?
Well, so that's the thing. I tricked them.
Ooh.
So we did a little tricky, a little switcheroo, but it worked.
Yeah.
So
No swiping.
instead of just clipping the announcement and putting it in the weekly email, I did a timestamp. And when Jen sent it out, it linked to the announcements. But then people were like, oh, I missed something. And then they scrolled back and then they heard the quotad and were like, this is amazing.
Oh, wow. Is that what happened? If that's what happened to you, can you please tell us? We got a lot of comments last week. So we can get more than last week. It really make my heart happy.
Yeah, because that's what I live. That's the only thing that satisfies me. Just kidding.
That and Mike and Ike's.
You like Mike and Ike's? You don't seem like a Mike and Ike kind of guy.
Well,
I thought you just like sauerkraut.
So really fast, because I
tears.
have a question of the day already.
Oh.
But this is a question of the day. If there was only one candy you could eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Swedish fish. Love me some Swedish fish.
I said
It used to be Dots. They're all the same.
Dots.
What?
I mean, I like Dots, but not as my sole candy for the rest of my life.
That's why I said it used to be Dots.
Yes.
But now I think it's Swedish fish.
Yeah, Dots don't have enough sugar. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also like peach rings. That's been kind of like a new development.
I was like on the spot and I just, Mike and Ike's.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't get them out of my brain.
I don't think I've ever seen you eat a Mike and Ike.
Eating them right now.
Liam eats Mike and Ike's. I know that, but not Billy.
Gina said Sour Patch Kids.
Really? Corey's a Sour Patch Kid fan.
When we were driving to the rock climbing place.
Oh, okay.
And Scotty said, Tillahooks licorice? You know what I'm talking about?
Of course. Something, yeah.
Yes.
Something.
He's like, I only eat Australian licorice.
Boiled peanuts. You ever had a boiled peanut with Scotty?
No.
You open it up in like a cat food jar, you pull it out, it's just like a wet, soggy peanut. And he's like, these are great.
So gross.
All right, Billy. So what is the quotad? That wasn't the quotad. That's a bonus quotad.
Yes, that was the quotad. This is the cotted.
Oh, yes. Question of the day.
The question of the day is this.
Did anyone notice that we were wearing What You Chewing On t-shirts yesterday, last week? Okay, Go on.
Here's my question for you.
Okay.
If your life had a warning label,
whoa,
what would it say?
Oh, well, the old me would be like danger, short fuse, explosive
device.
But I've been delivered from that. All joking aside, I've been rage free for over a year.
Yeah, but we should maybe share that testimony one day.
Someday I will. But man, I like to shoot from the hip with these. I'm gonna say a warning label.
Yeah, it's a warning label.
Warning. Prone to want to hang out under the bridge and go fishing.
Yeah, that's yours?
Yeah.
I've
warning.
never gone fishing with you under the bridge.
Yeah.
Well, mine was warning prone to make erratic decisions. Warning prone to building things in his backyard without a tape measure.
Yeah. How is that treehouse going?
The board is 8 feet. Why do I need a ruler?
How's the treehouse going?
Treehouse is great.
Good?
Oh, yeah.
Hanging tough?
Hanging tough. Kids
Yep.
hang out.
Yep.
Goonies.
Goonies never say die. Yeah, I don't know. Man, a warning label? I hear you. I got one.
I'm ready.
I got one. Warning. Will eat your buttered roll off your plate.
Warning. We'll take a nap in random locations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I'm
Warning,
driving.
if you sit next to me on the plane, I will make your right arm sweat.
Yes. All of these are true.
Yeah. What if you were going to come up with a warning label for me? Because you've traveled with me a lot. Something that our viewers wouldn't know about the real Liam.
Warning. Loves to smoke cigarettes in France. Only France. I don't know what it is. He wears some. Okay. No, that's not true. Warning. Will buy a hat in a foreign country and never wear it again.
That's true.
I've been to probably 3 places where Billy's bought a hat, worn it for a day. I thought he looked good. And then I don't ever see it again.
But you know why?
No.
Because then I come home and Gina sees me and she goes, take that hat off. Throw that hat out.
Maybe it's because she wants to kiss you and she doesn't want the brim to get in the way.
It's probably what it is.
It's probably what it is. All right. So if you got a warning label, put it in the comments.
Can we make warning labels for other people?
No.
All right.
No.
Sounds like it's a bad idea.
Yeah, Scotty. Warning.
No.
Has bad snacks.
I want to do one for Victor.
Gina, warning. Won't like Bill's hat. Won't like your hat. Anybody's hat.
Here's one for Victor. Warning. On your next mission trip, everyone will assume he's an ICE agent.
He's got that look.
Yeah. He got that look.
He definitely got a
when
look.
we were in New York, they're like, are you with ICE?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And they're like, well, how come you were in the 511 Tactical with the beard and the I Love USA hat?
Oh, man.
All right. We'll know if you listen. We'll know if you listen because we have warning labels we're sharing about you.
Yeah. But I remember being a kid and my mom would sit down, he'd have dinner, I'd butter a roll, I'd put the roll down and I'd go and grab, some broccoli or something.
Sure.
As soon as I put it down, my dad he'd eat it.
And now you do the same thing.
I do it all the time. And Corey and Seth lose their mind. They'll butter a piece of bread and then they go for something else and I just eat it.
It's generational.
But the difference is
you do it as a joke.
If I complained, my dad would smack me in the mouth.
Oh yeah.
And I just fall on the ground and cry.
Jeez.
Now, if my kids complain, I'm like,
you eat my butter roll and I'm Seth and I go, Dad, what would you do?
I'm sorry, Seth. It's generational. I didn't mean to offend you.
And he goes, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Question of the day. There it is.
There it is.
And you know what's after the question of the day, David?
Sermon recap.
The recap.
Well, the break. Recap. We take a break. I take a nap. We hit pause.
Yeah.
The music comes in.
It's all in a day's work.
Melissa will come in and say, like, hey, thanks for listening. We'll be right back.
Hey, for listening.
Thanks for hanging out with David and Bill. If you're enjoying the Revolve recap, don't forget to make it official. Hit that subscribe button and leave a review on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. It's the easiest way to stay in the loop with the mission and the family here at Revolve. Go ahead, give that follow button some love. And now, back to the guys.
All right.
I'll recap it. I'll recap the sermon. I preached the sermon.
I want to recap it.
Oh my gosh, you better not miss anything.
I don't even know. What'd you preach on? I wasn't even paying attention.
I'm not telling you.
All right. 1 John chapter 1, verses 7 through 10. 4 through 10?
5 through 2-2.
5 through 2-2. Okay. Yeah, so there was 3 points. And we were talking about walking in the light.
Yep.
And Billy gave, he read the scripture about walking in the light. And then he gave 3 options of how people don't walk in the light.
Sure.
So you have option 1 is more of I'm kind of walking in the shadows.
Sure.
I got 1 foot in the light, 1 foot in the dark. And it's more of the hypocrite, maybe. Would you say I don't want to say hypocrite, but more of you're playing a part. I got this sin, but I'm going to keep it secret. I'm not going to let anybody know.
Yeah.
Right?
It's kind of like when when you're a little kid. I remember when I was a little kid one time. Remember Crystal Clear Pepsi came out? Remember Crystal Clear Pepsi?
Yeah.
And I thought that was the best because I could try to convince my mom I was drinking water.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember I poured myself a glass of crystal clear. You probably heard the can.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And I poured it in the cup and I'm just walking past
so
her.
Sneaky.
And she's like, what's that? And I'm like, just some water.
Yeah.
And she was like, there's an awful lot of bubbles in there for just water. And I'm like,
yep.
You know? Yep. I feel like that's kind of like that first step. You're trying to like walk in the light, but also be a little dodgy.
You
know what I mean?
I cut my eyebrows. I did 2 stripes in my eyebrows when I was a kid. Because Vanilla Ice did it.
And you want to run fast.
It was Vanilla Ice. And I told my mom that I fell during hockey and I scraped my eyebrow
She believe it?
I don't think so.
The funny thing is that I feel like Corey did this. So it's generational.
Yeah.
Generational eyebrow.
Cut his eyebrows. I forgot about that. All right. So then the second one was we basically are like dismissive of our sin. We're like, it's not a sin. It's not a big deal.
It's not even a sin.
Not like I beat up my landlord.
No, lots of people do that.
Yeah, lots of people beat up their landlords.
It's not even bad. You know what I mean?
One time we were renting a house and it had these like hideous bushes out front. And I asked my landlord, I'm like, hey, can we rip these bushes out? And like I put some like flowers in or some nice little, nice things. And he's like, yeah, it's fine. Well, he didn't tell his wife.
Ooh.
And we were sitting on the couch and I had the front window open. We were watching TV.
Was this when you lived next to your landlord?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It was like 9:00 at night. She came and she was from Poland and like was very Polish in her accent.
Mm-hmm.
And she yelled at me through my front window about why'd I rip out her bushes. And I was like, you got to talk to Jack. I told Jack it was okay.
Then what happened?
I beat her up.
Wow.
No.
Rage monster.
No, he talked about, I told you I've been delivered. I don't beat up my landlord anymore. I don't have a landlord.
No.
But no, so yeah, she went and talked to Jack. It worked it out, but she was not happy. But I was very careful the rest of the time we lived there to really make sure like it was always mulched and weeded and looked really nice to be like, it was worth it that I ripped these hideous bushes out.
Nobody wants to live next door to a deadbeat. You know what I mean?
No. But yeah.
Especially because you ripped the bushes out and then you planted a bunch of trash. You know, just
I planted in a bunch of weeds.
Yeah.
That I didn't have to keep
just
pulling.
Like a bunch of weeds that
dandelions
grow on their own, natural.
Yep.
All right, so that was number two. So one is kind of like living in both worlds, trying to like hide the snacks behind my back so my mom doesn't see them. Number two is it's not even sin. Like it's not even a big deal.
Not even a big deal.
Not even a big deal.
I didn't kill anybody.
That's right. That's right. A lot of people do this.
Yes.
And then what's number 3?
And then number 3 was kind of like dismissive of sin in general and just be like, we're all good people.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really like the lie of, I think you said this is like the lie of the devil, like kind of Garden of Eden. Yeah. It's like, what did God really say that?
Yeah. It's fine.
Come on. It's fine. You're just do whatever you want.
Wants
it's
you to
fine.
be happy.
Live your truth.
That's it.
Be your truth.
That's it. You want to be a kitty cat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
Bring it. Oh, I got
so many things to say.
I'm going to say it because this is a racy podcast. So we got some new listeners. When Melissa was a waitress, she had a lady come in wearing a collar and a guy holding the collar.
Oh, like,
yes. And she,
at the fish market?
Yeah. Well, they couldn't bring any fish out because you know how cats, they love fish, like Heathcliff.
Oh, yeah.
Lasagna.
Oh, yeah.
She ordered like a plate of lasagna.
Oh, my goodness. Did she eat it like a cat?
I can't remember. No, I think she ate it like no hands, like ate it like that, and he held the leash the whole time.
What is wrong with you people?
Yep. So that would be a level. That would be a level 3.
Level 3.
That would be a level 3.
It's a level 3. It's also level 3. If you're thinking half the stuff these kids these days think in public school, that's like all level 3.
Yep.
You know, because if there's no truth, then you do whatever you want, and it doesn't matter who you are, what you say, what you do, who you sleep with. You do whatever. Because there's no truth. So what does it matter?
Yep. What does it matter?
Level 3. It's a level 3 darkness.
Yep. So,
but then after that, we said, but the good news is that if you confess your sin, God is faithful and just to forgive you and cleanse you. He already paid for it. He already took care of it. And so you don't have to be ashamed of it. And I think that's one of the things that I'm thinking about with the sermon is like, why is everybody so, I mean, I know the answer, but it's like, why are we all so ashamed of our sin? It's like,
Yeah.
Just share your story. Yeah. I'm a moron.
Yeah.
God freed me.
Well, we talked about that a couple weeks ago of like when you're in your DG, like just name your sin.
Yeah.
Don't say like I'm struggling with something that's a secret. Wink, wink.
Right.
Like we all know what you're struggling with.
We all know it's porn.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm joking, but it's like
guys
but it's
do that
all the time.
But that's like, when you're with your guys that you're accountable to, like just tell me that like what
I'm
you
struggling
did
with lust. And
because if you're generic, you've allowed that shame to still have power.
Yeah.
But when you're like, I drove down the beach and looked at girls in the bikini, like just say it. Like this is what you did.
Creeper with binoculars.
But I think we need to be honest because that shame still has power. So you confessed your sin, but kind of sorta.
Sure.
The enemy still has power. Like you still haven't released that shame.
So this is just like a little teaching point here. I think this is an important thing to remember that it's like there's a balance somewhere between I'm super vague and then like I'm going to tell you all of the awkward things that I've ever done. And it's like David's not saying that we need like unique details, URLs. Like that's not what he's saying. What he's saying is that there's a difference between being like, hey, I'm struggling with something.
Yeah.
Versus like, I'm going to paint a picture for you of everything that I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
And it's like, you need to be transparent enough where you can actually say, hey, I've really been struggling with being disrespectful towards my boss. You know what I mean? That's specific enough as opposed to being like, I'm just struggling with some interpersonal tension.
Yeah.
That's too vague.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you also don't need to be like, then I called my boss this and he said that. And then I called his wife that. Like, we don't need all the details.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a war story.
Yeah. We talk about that with my family, even with Melissa and I, like we'll even like with experiences with the kids, like if something happens and it's like, I don't have to retell every single thing that a kid said or like every detail of how they were disrespectful. Just, it was a rough night.
Yeah.
We reconciled. I just want to let you know that issue, some things went down, but it's like, even with that, it's like, I don't need to know every single thing that was said that was offensive.
Right. Whereas like if you text your friends and you're like, hey, I need prayer. And then they're like, why? And you're like, stuff's going down.
Yeah.
It's like, that's too vague.
Like
it's like, well, what kind of stuff?
It's like the Iranians just show up. Are they at your house?
It's like a Red Dawn situation.
Yeah.
Like are you forming a militia?
Yeah.
And so that's what we mean. It's like,
because if you are, call me because I'm in.
If you text me and you're like, Pastor Bill, I need prayer. Some stuff's going down. I'm assuming North Korea's invading. Yeah. Like, I'm not assuming you just got in a fight with your spouse over whether you go to Tisha's or the Fish for dinner. You know what I mean? And so it's like, there's a balance somewhere. But just drag it into the light. Don't be ashamed of it.
Don't be ashamed. Drag it into the light. And for someone who has done many times dragging things into life, it's so liberating to just, I've confessed sins to Bill to be like, I don't even know why I'm confessing this, but I just don't want to carry it anymore. Just like get rid of it.
Skin crawl.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. Just kidding. But so I think, and this is kind of like a what you chewing on. I'm going to link into this again, but I think my big takeaway from the sermon yesterday goes back to the sermon 2 weeks ago where you said that Jesus is pointing towards loving community. And it's hard to walk in the light by yourself. Yeah. And I think that was my big takeaway was if you aren't in community, who do you share this with? And who do you like?
Can I just make a comment?
Who pulls you into the light? Because I think a lot of times you get pulled into the light by brothers and sisters in Christ.
Yeah. Let me just make a comment there to our Revolve listeners. And I'm being totally serious now, even though I tend to make jokes. We're not Catholic. Like, you don't have to come and like confess to me so that I can absolve you. But I will say this. I've been doing this a long time. I have heard everything under the sun. And unless you call me or set an appointment up with me to tell me that you killed a guy, and it's something that I'm like, you might be wanted for murder. You know what I mean? I can promise you there's nothing that you need to be so ashamed you would, and you need someone to talk to and you don't need who to talk to. You can talk to me because there's nothing you're going to say that is going to surprise me anymore at this stage in the game. And so I think the enemy might convince you don't have anyone to talk to. You don't have a friend like that. Like you don't have somebody who's safe. And I'm here to tell you, if you don't have a friend like that who you can trust, you can always call me and we can always talk about it. But you probably do have a friend. The enemy's just convincing you don't.
Yeah.
But if you really don't, you can talk to me. I'll just plan on putting that out there.
Yeah.
So we'll put it on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Next segment. Things people have shared with Bill. So did that do okay recap?
Yeah, it did a great recap.
I felt like you were doubting my ability, David, my recap ability. You're like, I'm going to preach it.
You got to renounce that.
I'm going to preach it. I'm going to bitch it. I'm going to preach it, and I'm going to recap it.
Well, no, David, you did a great job.
I did.
My big takeaway was just how tempting it is to like keep your sin on a leash for me. You know, you're like, I'm fine. I got this under control. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not a big deal. It's like, I'm just complaining to David.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a big deal. Like, David knows I got to let it out. I got to let it out somewhere. So it's safe to complain to David. It's like, no, it's like, you got, that's not okay. You got to get your sin. You got to kill your sin. You don't keep it on a leash like it's a little Mr. Bigglesworth pet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that was the thing that resonated with me was like, hey, you know what? You can't play with your sin, not even casually.
So, man, you were tying that up with a bow, but I had one thing to add. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So if you're the person who someone shares their sin and confesses to, so I confess to you, I talk to you.
Sure.
What's the right way? How do you respond to that? How do you be that good friend?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that could be a mailbag question, but I think we just ask it now.
Yeah, we'll ask it now. So, like, if David comes and he confesses something to me, that's really
not Pastor Bill, like friend Bill, regular Bill.
Yeah.
Like,
well, but I mean, I would do the same thing.
I know, but I'm just trying to say for other people, you go to a friend.
Yes. So I would say, one, you need to affirm the grace of Jesus for them. Like, Jesus's grace is sufficient. Like, if you have a friend who comes to you and they're like, I had an abortion 5 years ago, you need to remind them of the gospel. They obviously already feel convicted about it. That's why they're sharing. They already feel the enemy probably already has his claws of shame in their back. So you don't need to make someone feel bad. Are you sure you're serious? Are you sure you're sorry? Don't you know? That's the enemy. Like, if they're coming to confess to you, they already feel the conviction. Now is the time to pour on the blood of Jesus. And so to remind them that Jesus paid for every sin, there's therefore now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus, you know, to ask them if there's still temptation in the same struggle, in the same vein. You know, someone comes to you and they confess, you know, a porn addiction or something like that. You want to help them come up with a plan of accountability, you know, a plan of freedom, that kind of idea. But the point is, if someone comes to you to confess, you now are the voice of love, the voice of grace, the voice of mercy, but you're also the voice of speaking truth in love to come alongside them to try to help them get free.
Yeah.
And there might be more prompting questions that you need to ask, you know, like, okay, well, what led up to you doing this? You know, how can we avoid this in the future? You know, stuff like that.
Yeah. So that was a sermon recap.
Blood of Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Cleanses you, forgives you. 1 John 1:9. You know, 1 John 2, 1-2. He's a propitiation for your sins, you know what I mean? And the advocate. And so you just need to remind people of those truths.
Yep. All right, we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to get to what you chewing on. What you chewing on. Pause.
All right, David.
Yep.
We're back.
And
we're chewing on it.
Better than ever.
We're chewing on it. What you chewing on,
So
David?
for those of you who are new listeners, you're new to the podcast, What You Chewing On is what Bill and I like to just talk about. This is our chance for you to get to know your leaders of Revolve a little better. What are we chewing on? What are you thinking about? What if you're not chewing on anything?
So I had this conversation with the kids at No Limits. Last week, 2 weeks ago, we talked about Philippians 4, how whatever is good, pure, true, noble, think about these things.
Chew on them.
And I said, what are you chewing on? And some of the kids were chewing on things and some of the kids weren't chewing on anything. And it was a good conversation because Coach Mercado reminded me that like some of these kids are probably never being encouraged to be introspective.
Yeah.
And so it's like for them, you can't just say like, well, what are you chewing on? Because what they're not even aware of the fact that they're worried about their girlfriend or their math test or whatever it might be. So he would say things like, "Hey, well, what keeps you up at night? You know, what wakes you up in the middle of the night and you feel worried about?
What you keeping up here late at night?
Just doesn't roll.
Doesn't roll.
You know what I mean?
What keeps you having sleepless nights?
Yeah. Well, what's making you insomniac in the middle of the night when you can't sleep?
Yeah, that could be like a bridge. What you chewing on? Chewing on. What keeps you up at night like insomniac?
When he goes, you just gotta let him finish. You know what I mean? Just let him go. No, so that idea of what you chewing on, what are you thinking about these days?
What you thinking about?
And if you're not thinking about anything, maybe you should start.
Yeah.
You know, what do you start chewing on something?
Yeah.
Something you're reading. When we say what you're chewing on, what I really mean is, what have you been reading? What are you thinking about? What is God doing in your heart? That's what we really mean.
Well, for those who are longtime listeners, been fans of the pod for a long time, that's recap. They knew that already. That was for the new people. You know, we just want to keep you. We want to keep you in the loop of what's going on. But I am chewing on because I follow the Revolve reading plan, and I don't go ahead. I just read at a pace that's human level.
Yes.
I'm taking a shot at Bill because he always reads ahead. That's what I did. I was chewing on.
I'm ready. Come on. Tell me. What was I reading?
Ephesians 3.
That's what you read today?
Is what I read today. And what I'm chewing on is going back to kind of tying together with this idea of the importance of the church and the importance of community. And I think, can you go on the internet? You got the internet on that thing?
The interwebs?
Yeah. Can you look up?
You mean the thing that Al Gore invented?
Yeah. Can you look up Ephesians 3? It's towards the end, and he talks about the mysteries of the church.
Yes.
And I was struck by this idea that.
Want me to read it?
Yeah.
It says, I became a servant of this gospel by the gift of God's grace given me through the working of his power. Although I am less than the least of all God's people, this grace was given to me to preach to the Gentiles the riches of Christ and to make plain to everyone his mystery, for which ages in the past was kept hidden in God, who created all things. His intent was that now, through the church, the manifold wisdom of God should be made known to the rulers and authorities in the heavenly realms, according to his eternal purpose that he accomplished in Christ Jesus.
You can keep going, but that was the part I was talking about. I think we get people love the book of Revelation, the book of Daniel. They want to talk spiritual realm. People love talking about the mysteries, they want to get deep in the mysteries of the numerology and the peel the layers back. And I love that he's like, the church is what's revealing the mysteries to all the spiritual realm.
Yes.
And it's like the demons and the spiritual realm are like, what the heck is the church? All these weirdos getting together and loving one another.
All these randos.
Yeah. And it's like the church is like the shaking your fist at the spiritual realm. I just thought it was like, there's all this like mystery of God. And it's like the mystery of God is how 200 people can get together and worship together and love one another and help one another.
Murder each other.
Yeah. And I'm like, I just read that. I was like, that's so beautiful. It was like the mysteries of God are revealed in the church through the church to the spiritual realm. And it's like, you want to talk about like mysterious things of the Bible? Let's figure out how 200 people can get together and just love one another and help each other and have nothing in common, but still have everything in common.
It's like the biggest mystery of the church is Jews and Gentiles in the same room.
Yeah.
Not murdering each other.
Exactly. And it's just, it really is beautiful that if you want to like make the world look bad, make the enemy look bad, just
love one another.
Be a part of the church and love one another.
Yeah.
And like help someone who's different than you and sing together and cry together. And so that's what I was chewing on. It's just,
wow. So you're saying what you're chewing on is the biggest mystery the world has ever seen?
Yeah. That's but a part of that is true, and it's being vulnerable. Like the world is going to say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, don't let anybody in, follow your dreams. And it's like, no, we're saying, no, just be vulnerable to one another. Yeah. Like say, I messed up. I screwed up. Last night I did this. Like, it's like completely opposite.
Sure.
And then for me to be able to say to you, like, this is my deepest, darkest secret. And you go, okay, I still love you. Jesus still loves you. Mm-hmm. Let's go through life together.
And then I talk about it on the podcast.
And then all the demons are like, what is going on? That's supposed to tear them apart. Why aren't they tearing each other apart?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Crazy town. What you chewing on?
Well, I'm chewing on. Oh, it's not about beating it.
I set that level high.
Yeah, you did.
Greatest mystery of the
since you
world.
wrote the book of Ephesians. What I'm chewing on is Ephesians chapter 4.
I know.
And, so basically
that you read a week ago.
Coming out of David's thought, David said that, so this mystery is that you have this one new body called the church made up of Jews, Gentiles, Arabians, Cretans, Mesopotamians, Brazilians, all these people, this new mystery. And then Paul says in Ephesians 4, therefore, the French are there smoking their cigarellas. Yep. And Paul says, therefore, fight for unity. And he says, and this is how you fight for unity. He says, God has given you apostles, prophets, evangelists, shepherds, teachers, these gifts for the equipping of the saints until the full knowledge of God brings them into maturation as they build up the body. And he says, therefore, speak the truth in love. And so the thing I was chewing on this morning was God has made this being, this new man called the church, and we are one. Therefore, we need to love each other to be as one. And our task in that is speaking the truth in love. And so I was thinking about the idea of speaking the truth. It's easy to speak the truth in a mean way.
Yeah.
Or to not speak the truth at all.
Yeah.
But to speak the truth in love. And I'm like, David, I love you. And because I love you, we're going to have straight talk.
Yeah.
That kind of idea. And so that was my prayer this morning as I have meetings and this is my third quote meeting of the day. As I have meetings, I said, Lord, if there's truth that needs to be spoken, I want to speak it in love for the upbuilding and maturation of the church so that we can be unified.
Yeah. Cause that if we're avoiding those hard conversations, it isn't
you don't
love.
Have unity.
Well, yeah, you don't have unity and it isn't really love.
Right.
Yeah,
and I think that's one of the things to think through.
And that's how you can serve. You can serve. We've talked about that in the last few weeks of like loving our neighbor and serving our neighbor. Like that's how you serve someone well. Like on the simplest, funniest, basic way is like when you're like, you get home and your wife's like, you got a booger right here.
Yeah, you're like, no one
and
told
you're
me.
like, for 3 hours I've been in meetings and no one told me I had a booger in my nose.
And my fly was down.
Yeah. But it's like the loving thing to do would be like, bro, you got a little
something.
Yeah. But it's, we avoid it.
Yeah. Or we go booger face.
Yeah. And it's so true with everything though.
Yeah.
It could be like, there was a Smarter Every Day. You ever watch that guy? He's a YouTube guy.
Hey, YouTube.
He's a believer too, but he's an engineer and he just asks questions. But he did a whole thing on blind spots.
I saw him like make a lightsaber or something like that.
I don't know. He did a whole thing on blind spots and he put a little bit of a spiritual element to it and the importance of that. But he was just basically talking about how everyone has these things that everyone knows, but they don't know.
Oh yeah.
And how, because you don't share that, you're actually doing them a disservice where we think it's doing a service by like, oh, I don't want to let them know. I don't want to embarrass them because he's got a boogie in his nose.
Right. Yeah. Or make them feel bad. Oh, we kind of assume everybody knows about. It's like, I assume you already know your blind spot. And if I bring it up, then you just gonna feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't want to beat you up. It's like that kind of idea, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of being like, I might be completely ignorant to the fact that I don't know, I walk around Walmart farting or something.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I don't know.
Like, David, you should probably lose a little weight. No way! I had no idea.
My mom says I'm perfect.
Yeah. Beautiful just the way I am. And I don't have high blood pressure.
I love it. So that's what I'm chewing on. That's what you're chewing on. Love in unity. Speak the truth in love.
Yep.
Because you got this amazing mystery and we're in it together.
Yep. And that is the mystery of the church. How do you keep getting along?
With the gospel.
Yep. It's with the gospel. It's forgiveness.
And they had some gnarly things to forgive each other of.
Yeah.
You know?
Bunch of Cretans.
Yeah. Liars and thieves, beggars.
Yep. Just even the Cretans. Who got left behind in Crete? Timothy? Or Silas?
Kirk Cameron.
He
got left behind.
He got left behind in Crete.
Yeah. All right.
So we're going to take a quick break, and then what do we got?
Mailbag.
We got it. Mailbag. We'll be right back.
What do you think our neighbor at Miracle Air thinks of every time I go, mailbag?
She probably thinks that you just got an Amazon order and you get really excited, and that's how you respond.
All right, I'll go with that.
All right.
Got a question about last week's sermon? A discipleship challenge you're navigating? Or maybe a question of the day that David and Bill need to answer? We want to hear from you. Send your thoughts and questions over. info@revolvechurchnj.com. Your voice is a huge part of the conversation, so don't be shy. Drop us an email and you just might hear it on a future episode.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Billy's favorite time of the day.
Mailbag.
Mailbag. And the way what mailbag is, you know what's funny is that you said yesterday in the sermon about Aunt Cindy being dead.
Oh,
she was in a funeral.
Oh man,
Cindy from Seattle asks, or Cindy from Cincinnati.
She died.
She asked a lot of questions. And apparently, she died in the sermon yesterday.
Oh man, so who are the questions from this week? Ralph in Rhode Island.
Ralph from Rhode Island.
Oh, that's who asked big the first R one over there.
Yeah, Ralph from Rhode Island asked the first question.
Well, this one is from Ralph in Rhode Island, and Ralph in Rhode Island said, I think the Lord wants me to start a discipleship group, but I have a lot of questions and unknowns and insecurities. So, Davey, Wavy, what would you say to Mr. Ralph?
Well, first off, I would say thanks for asking the question. Thanks for seeking godly wisdom from the leaders of your church
in Rhode Island.
Then I would say get your own church.
Get your own church,
Rhode Island.
Ralph.
This isn't Revolve Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Great question though, and we get it a lot. The people want to start a DG, they want to start a group, but they don't feel like maybe I'm not prepared. Maybe I'm not going to like it. What if I don't want to meet with these people for the rest of my life? You know, there's a lot of questions.
What if I mess it up? What if I don't even like these people?
Yeah. And I think, so first off, Ralph, you're not alone. A lot of people ask this question. It's very common. Second, I would say you probably are equipped. If you attend Revolve, you probably are equipped or can get equipped.
Or
can get equipped very quickly because we offer trainings all the time throughout the year. We've done dozens and dozens and dozens of trainings.
Millions.
That you can be equipped. So first off, if you're not equipped, let Bill or I know or one of the elders know, and we will get you equipped. We can do a class with you. We can go through it. We have videos that we can show you. First off, we can get you equipped.
Yes.
If you're just nervous that you're not gonna like it or you're gonna not do a good job, if your heart's in the right place and you're seeking the Lord and you're serving out of an overflow of abiding, you're probably going to do a good job because you're loving people. You're talking about Jesus.
Yeah.
We give you the Discovery Bible Study format to follow, so it's not like it's complicated. It's easy. You'll do a good job. And then I would say if you're worried about like the commitment of like I'm going to meet with these people for a week, for an hour and a half, for the rest of my life, I would say whenever you start a group, put a time limit on it. Maybe 12 weeks. I think 3 months is a good is a good time. Like a month is too short, I think, to really figure it out.
90 days feels
90 days feels good. And say we're just going to meet for 90 days. We're going to go through the book of Mark, or we're going to do Discovering the Church, or we're going to do a reading plan. And then just reevaluate and just say, because everyone in the group will kind of know if it's clicking or not. And we just say, hey, we did this for a season. And like, this is a bonus tip. You figure 90 days is kind of like, you could be like, I'm going to do this for the summertime. Or I'm going to do this until Christmas. Sure. So if you start in like September, because there's these like natural breaks kind of till every Easter, 90 day. Yeah.
For the new year.
Yeah. We're just going to do this for the winter time, January, February, March. It's like kind of cold. We're just going to do, and then it's and you'll know. And
it's good advice. And I think that, remember that, like David said, if your heart is to please the Lord, if your heart is to seek him, you're making this decision from a place of abiding in the word and in prayer, then just be confident, and just dip into it. Yeah. And just see what happens, and you might be surprised. But let us know so that we can come alongside you and coach you and encourage you.
Yeah. So I have a list of all the various groups, whether discovery studies or discipleship groups or various groups, and
Bible studies at your work.
Yes. So all of these, we try to keep track of them so that we can check in every couple of weeks to say, how you doing? How can we help you? Do you need any help? So either Bill or myself or, some of the other leaders, Vic, are coming alongside of, we don't ever say, just go do it. Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Ralph.
Yeah. No, we walk alongside of you, and kind of, we're like that dad that pushes the bicycle, and then
go little snowflake.
Go, Ralph.
You got this. Oh, he crashed. Yes. Exactamundo.
So
you got it. You
Ralph,
good?
I hope that was helpful. It was Ralph. He was calling me. He was like, "That was great. It was great." So, all right. What else? You got any other questions, Ralph?
Yeah, one more. This one's a little more complex.
Oh, all right. We got time. We got plenty of time for complex.
What's the line? Where's the line?
Who wrote this email? Is it an email or was it snail mail? Was it fax?
Morse code. It's Morse code from Maureen.
Maureen from Morris River.
Morris River Morse code. Oh. That's all they have up there in Morris River. And Maureen asked, where's the line between surrendering and complacency? Oh. And I had a conversation with Maureen.
Okay.
Through the code.
Yeah.
And I think Maureen's situation, SOS. And Maureen's situation is one like, I'm seeking the Lord for wisdom. And so where is the line between me being like, I give it to the Lord and I just give up? Like, what's the line between I give it to the Lord and I give up?
Yeah. I think this is something that I thought about probably like 2 months ago, and we were talking about it in my men's DG. There is a verse with Joshua who's like late in his years, and he's like, I'm 80 years old and I'm still ready to storm that.
Still wrestling alligator.
Yeah, and I'm still ready to storm that mountain. And we were having this discussion of, do we like fight for things or not fight for things because we're like old and wise? And you're like, I'm not ready to fight. I don't need to fight that fight anymore.
Sure.
Or are we not fighting that fight because we're just old and we don't feel like fighting?
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of a similar thing of like, do I just not feel like dealing with this? So I'm giving it to the Lord.
Yes.
Or am I legit in faith going, I'm giving it to the Lord because I can't do anything.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. I think about like in the search for a building, for Revolve. This has been something that we've wrestled with over the years, where it's like the surrendering versus the complacency. And it's like, I think it's very situational. And so I'm hesitant to give a clear cut answer, because I think it is, you have to go to the Lord. Yeah. And you have to ask the Lord, because what for me might be complacency might be surrender for David. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, I think when we were looking for a building, it's like every day I'd be on Century 21 and LoopNet and looking for properties, that's me using a mouse.
Oh, okay.
I knew you thought I was just doing like the...
Well, for those people listening on Spotify, Bill was
doing the rolling with my homies dance.
Yeah, it looked like he was hanging his hand out the window while making his hand fly. But that was scrolling the mouse.
That was scrolling the mouse.
Okay.
And so and then you'd see something and you would like stop everything in your week so you could go look at this property, and then you'd wind up derailing like 17 hours of your week because and then it wouldn't work out anyway.
But you want to be a good steward with your role of being the shepherd of the church.
Yes.
So
and
it seemed like a good thing.
Yeah. But I think that was a good example of like going between the idea of like, am I in panic mode? Am I in surrender mode? But then I went through other seasons where I was just like, oh, whatever. Yeah. And that's complacency. So I think that we're always kind of like going back and forth between these extremes of I give up and I'm going to get this done.
Yeah.
And I think depending on your personality, some people are going to be more prone towards being a sluggard. And the sluggard says, I can't go to work today. There's a lion in the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then other people are just going to be like, I'm just going to go forward and run through this wall and see what happens.
Yeah.
Both are sinful. And there should be like a posture of surrender, not a posture of complacency. So I would say if you're giving it to the Lord, then you don't pick it back up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But giving it to the Lord doesn't necessarily mean I'm just not going to think about it anymore. It's like at the building, you might say, Lord, I don't know what to do about this. I'm giving this to you. I really don't know what to do with it. It's not saying like, well, everything's fine. If God wants to do something, he'll do it.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference. It's like, think about it with your kids. It's like me praying and saying, Lord, I need you to work in my kid. That's surrendering your children to the Lord. That's different than, you know what, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's complacency.
Yeah.
You know, versus like, I'm going to hover, micromanage, helicopter you.
Yeah.
It's like, no, surrender is actively giving someone to the Lord. It's not passive. It's actively giving to the Lord. Yeah. Whereas complacency is passivity.
Yeah. I mean, kids are great. That's a great example. Because I think with kids, it's like it can be two extremes of like, you're 12 years old, go out and do whatever you want,
Sure.
you know.
Here's some cigarettes.
Yeah, you
Johnny.
know, and then it's like, you know, Seth's 17 now, and it's like he's got his driver's license, and it's like, I'm not going to sit on the couch and track him.
No, but you're going to ask him where he's going. Hey, where you going, Seth? Who's going to be there?
Yes, yeah. So there's like this balance of like being like, okay, he's growing up, I need to let him go and then trust him to the Lord. I'm praying for him every day.
Sure.
And then there's also like, well, you can't leave the house because I need to know all the time where you are.
I was wondering because the other day I saw Seth at church and he had on one of those He-Man leashes that like you use at Disney World.
Yeah.
And Melissa was carrying him around.
Yep.
She was like, "Hey, Bill," and I was like, "Hey," and Seth was like, "Am I allowed to say hi?" She's like, "Yes." Seth. He's like, "Hey."
So I think. So what would be some like concrete, because it's kind of vague. What would be maybe some concrete?
I got it. Concrete steps.
Yeah.
James chapter 1 says, if any man lacks wisdom, he should ask God who gives it freely. But when he asks, he shouldn't doubt that he'll receive it. He should believe. Mm-hmm. And when God gives the wisdom, he should act on it. Otherwise, he's a double-minded man. Mm-hmm. If you seek the Lord for wisdom, God, I don't know what to do about this situation. If God gives you a clear answer, you act on it. Mm-hmm. If God, at the end of your seeking the Lord of 2 weeks, God gives you no clarity, then you surrender it. Mm-hmm. But I think that's the issue. It's like, I'm going to say to the Lord, Lord, you know that we want a whatever it might be. You know that we're trying to buy a car and we want a reasonable deal. And so we just pray, Lord, that you'd open up. We need it by the end of the month. And if you don't provide by the end of the month, then we're just going to assume we're supposed to wait. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That kind of idea. Yeah. And so you're actively seeking the Lord. You're putting a timeline on it. And if he doesn't give clarity, not because you're in analysis paralysis, but he doesn't give clarity, then you're saying, okay, I'm just supposed to surrender and wait.
Well, and I think there is some wisdom that needs to happen of what is in your control and what's out of your control.
Sure.
So the example of I'm not going to go to work because there's a lion in the street. Like, I think if you were like,
so what if?
I need a job, the Lord's going to provide, so I'm just going to sit on the couch and watch TV while the Lord provides.
Well, yeah, or wait for the manager to call me.
Yeah, and then it's like, or you could go out and put 5 applications out a day to try to find some work.
Right.
But it's like, I think the difference is, am I going to stress about, am I getting a job? Or I'm like, okay, I'm putting the work in. I put 5 applications out this day, for the last week. I don't know, I'm going to trust that the Lord's going to provide. That's different than just like sitting around and being lazy.
Well, like I was talking to a guy today he needs a new truck. His work truck is getting old, but he has, specific things like I don't want to spend more than this amount of money, all that kind of stuff. And he's been praying about it. And so he said he found a truck last week up in northern New Jersey. Him and his family were already going to be in central New Jersey for like a cheer thing. Okay. And so he's like, let's just go early. We'll go check the truck out. And he said they walked into the car dealership. I don't know if it was like a used car dealership or what. And he said immediately all three of them were like,
Yeah.
And he said
Led
they
Zeppelin
literally
was on the radio.
Yeah. He said they
that's my signal.
And he said they literally just thanked the guy and they left. And none of them felt good even about having the conversation.
Yeah.
And he's like, so he said, I don't know, maybe the Lord just wants me to put another 20 years on my truck. Mm-hmm. But none of us felt good about it. And so we left.
Yeah.
Now that's, in my opinion, that's a posture of surrender, as opposed to posture of complacency would be like, well, I need a new truck. And so someone's just going to reach out to me and be like, you want this truck? Versus, oh no, I'm going to panic. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to argue with this guy at the counter, or I'm going to twist and that's also sinful.
Yeah.
And so I think about when we were buying our property, I wrote the guy a letter. I didn't hear back. It wasn't for sale. I just wrote him a letter. I wrote him a letter again, like 6 months later. And that time he wrote me back and he's like, yes, I'm very interested in selling it. I'm going to be moving in August. So then it was like July and I still hadn't heard back from the guy. And we were looking at other houses. And so I texted him and I said, hey, look, I said, we're looking at other houses and we're like ready to make an offer. So on this other house. So if you're interested in selling this, because you're moving in a month, then we got to meet. And he was like, yeah, come over that day. And we went and we wound up putting an offer on the house and buying it. So there was like, that was the balance of I wrote this, I threw it out there, I prayed. I wrote this, I threw it out there, I prayed. I wrote this, threw it out there, and it worked out. If I had just let it be and just was like, well, if he's interested, he's interested.
Yeah.
He probably never would have reached out.
Or you could have written a letter every single day and been a creep.
Yes. And badgered him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Or panicked and bought another house because I was like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You could have bought a house next to me. That would have been fun.
That would have been great. Had a little tunnel system.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That would have been a blast. Kodiak and Nibbles.
And then Max just going back and forth. Max gets stuck in the thing.
So, well, Maureen
from Maurice River over Morse code.
Yep. I hope that was helpful to you. Again, these are questions that we encounter all the time, and we try to share them with you. So it's a little bit of a resource. So if you have any questions, ask us, and maybe we'll ask it on the podcast. And we won't use your real name.
Nope. Just give it to us in the mail.
Yep. Send it in the mail and put a fake name. Be like, this is Bob from Robertsville.
Bergen County.
Is that where you're from?
No, from Warren County.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to close out with, do we have announcements?
We got some announcements.
So we're going to take a quick break, come back. We're going to look at some announcements.
Oh, man, we're going to announce the heck out of these. Welcome to Revolve's announcements.
Welcome to Revolve's announcements.
It is the week of April 27th, and it's time for your weekly announcements. This week at Revolve, the first announcement is last week's announcement about the pyramids and the trip to discover the Garden of Eden.
Prank.
Was a prank.
It was a prank.
Joke's on you.
Conspiracy theory. It said real big at the bottom.
Gina pointed out that none of our conspiracies were actually conspiracies. They were just lies.
Yeah. I had a hard time figuring out what a real conspiracy is. I think
because we're just honest people.
I don't think I can make a conspiracy.
Because you're honest, Abe.
Because the Holy Spirit lives
honest
within
Abe.
me, and it's just fighting against the flesh to create a conspiracy.
That's what it is.
Yep.
But here's a real missions trip. We're going to Southeast Asia in October.
Yep.
Around the dates of October 5th to the 15th, plus travel. So 2 days travel on each side, roughly.
Yep, because it takes 50 hours to get there.
Yes, it's a long time to get there. The rough cost is probably around $2,500 per person because air flights are expensive. And if you're interested in going pretty soon, as in very soon, we're going to be giving a information session and a form for you to fill out. And I believe Mr. David McCumber himself is desiring to go on that trip, right?
Yeah.
And I think that I don't know if I'm going to go on the trip, though.
Yeah.
Which is very sad. But
So do I get to go on it or do I get to lead it? Because I'm kind of hoping I want to lead it like Indiana Jones. I want to like wear a hat.
we can talk about it.
Wow.
I mean, I have a bunch of people who want to lead it.
That sounds like a no. That sounds like a no.
Corey said he wants to lead it.
You heard it here first.
Corey said he wants to lead it.
All right. So October.
October. Keep an eye out. Dave, can you tell us about baptisms, please?
Well, we have baptisms coming up, and that is on May 31st. And if you would like to get baptized on May 31st, there is still time to sign up for the baptism class. Can they do that online? How do you do that? How do you sign up?
You just do it on the phone.
You just bang on your phone like that?
Bang on your phone. You can do it in person. You can email me. You can text me. You can put it in the comments, or you could fill out the form on the Revolve app.
Okay. So there's numerous ways to let us know. But
guys, we're not a mega church.
Nope.
Just tell me.
Willy nilly.
Baptized?
Yep. Give me a high five. I'll let you know. Write it on my hand. I want to get baptism. May 10th. That's before church on 8:30. You can meet with us then, or May 12th, 6:00, right here in the Revolve office on Ferry Road. On your way to the ferry, you can go to a baptism class and then maybe catch the sunset.
Yeah.
Go to Rita's, get yourself a little ice cream, and go watch the sunset.
Yep. And that's all leading up to May 31st when we're doing our baptisms, birthday celebration, extravaganza, a full service, worship, testimonies, baptisms, picnic.
Why don't we call it baptisms and birthday blowout? Bonanza. Because celebration, the BBC.
I'm changing this right now.
What is this, a British broadcasting company?
I am changing this.
This is B to the triple B celebration. Birthdays, baptism, bonanzas.
Booyah. But listen, guys, it's outside at Southern Cape Christian School, formerly CCA, and you need to know something very important. Bring a covered dish. Is that what they say in the South? You got to bring covered dish to share.
Yeah.
Something like some chips and dip, something like that. Maybe a pot of chili.
No salad. Salad blows away.
No.
Salad blows away.
Bring some food to share, potluck style, and bring your own chair because you need something to sit on. Blanket.
Bring a chair and some food to share. Make sure you wear clean socks.
Underwear.
I was going to say socks.
That's great.
You ruined it.
No, I didn't ruin it. It was perfect the way it was for the baptism birthday bonanza.
Okay.
And then the final announcement, David, I'm going to give it to you. This Sunday, we're doing our New Testament reading plan intro class.
Yeah. Well, you're like in what? You're like already the Revelation. You're so far ahead.
I'm only one Emma is like in 2 Timothy. I'm like, would you slow down? What are you going to do the rest of the year? What's the rush?
What's the rush?
Jesus come back soon?
Stop showing off.
No, so this Sunday, Fran is doing an intro to Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians.
Really?
And it was kind of like a thing on the elder thread where Fran was like, we were like, can anyone do an intro to all 4 books?
Yeah, and Fran was
50 minutes, and Fran goes, I can.
Back off, ladies.
And I was like, whoa, Fran.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
And he was like, all 4, but he goes, I'll do the rest of the New Testament if you want me to in 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, and then he smacked me.
Wow. I mean, that's a conspiracy theory.
That's a
conspiracy
lie.
theory.
No, that's a lie. That's not a conspiracy theory. Anyway, Fran is going to do the class this Sunday. Also, we have
what time is that? 8:30?
8:30, David.
So you show up.
8:30 a.m. You just show up.
8:30, and you're like, where's the class?
And Fran's like, the class is about to hit you in the face, and then he just teaches.
Yep. Okay.
That's it.
And then what's the point? Like, why do I got to go? Why would I want to go?
How do you get the most out of reading Philippians? What am I looking for as I read Colossians?
Yeah. Is it even Philippians?
Yeah.
Is it Colossians?
Thessalonians? Yeah, exactly. Fran's going to tell you all that stuff.
Yeah. What if you've actually been to Thessaloniki?
Well, then you should go teach the class.
I'll be leading worship.
Well, I won't even be here.
I've already, but I've been to Thessaloniki.
Yep. I won't be here because I'm going to be going on the Atlas rocket around the moon. Artemis? What was the name of the rocket?
That already left.
I missed it.
You did miss it. But it didn't really happen.
conspiracy.
Conspiracy theory.
Guys, have a great week. We miss you. We love you.
Yeah, and
we'll
you know
see
what?
You soon.
If you're watching this, if Jen sent you this via email link,
guys,
rewind it. There's a whole 45 minutes
goodness.
before this podcast that you missed.
Of just stand up.
Of just straight
stand
beauty.
up.
So you got your announcements. Now hit rewind. Get yourself a bowl of popcorn.
Hit rewind, unwind,
and
and
recap.
see you later.